thriller releases. How do I speak? Next book is yeah, I'm Hi, hello friends and strangers. It's been a while. It is now August 24 that I decided to film again. For some reason, I've missed the act of filming a video for my YouTube channel, and don't mind the thunder. It's quite cloudy today here in the Philippines, and heads up though, I think my dog will bark when there's a thunder again, but I'm wearing my BTS hat because my hair is a mess. And isn't that what we do when our hair is a mess? We just cover it. So anyway, for today I am gonna do a very short, hopefully short July wrap-up. I haven't been the most productive and the most motivated when it comes to producing content for YouTube. I think there's just so much going on. I've been so busy. Like, at the end of the day, once I'm done with work, I just want to chill, read a book or watch a show, or just cuddle my dog or whatever. So sometimes even the act of reading makes me very lazy to do. So anyway, this has been droning on. For the month of July, I read a total of 8 books. It was also the month where I joined the Mood Reader Bingo by Ina the Mood Reader. Make sure to check out her channel below. The purpose of this readathon was to just pick up whatever book you want within the month as a moody reader that works for me. And I was able to read for all of the prompts, although it's not called cheating, but it's more of like being smart about it. I read books that fit more than one prompt. So anyway, I'm just gonna go with whatever I read for the month of June. So the first book I read for the month of July is The Hunting Wives. It's by May Cop. It's one of my most anticipated books of 2021. It's a thriller book. It was okay. I liked it enough to like maybe check out more books by this author. I gave this 4 stars. It's an okay thriller book to read if you're looking at something messed up. Something quite simple in terms of plot as well. And then what else? See, I think even the act of filming, I forgot about it. Just not being able to do that for weeks now. But anyway, okay, so the next book I read is from one of the authors that I loved the writing of, and it's Erin Morgenstern, and it's The Starless Sea. I give this book 4.5 stars. It's an amazing book. I think I just liked The Night Circus more than this one. I think it's more of like, I was more compelled, I was more enthused with reading the book when it was The Night Circus. There were things at stake with The Starless Sea, which was a factor that I loved in The Night Circus. There's like a game or a battle going on, which isn't what you think when you read that word, but with The Starless Sea, I think half of the time I was just confused as fuck. Like, her writing is so fucking good that it would make you wish you write like that. You're as talented of a writer as Erin. I'm giving this 4.5 stars because of the writing alone. It's so fucking good, but story-wise, it's just okay for me. Moving to the next book I read for the month of July. It's Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iyamide. It's a dark academia thriller, and it's so good. It's so good. It tackles so many topics, and like, because the setting is in a school, there's so much at stake for the POC main characters. If you're gonna read this book, expect to be so frustrated, so riled up, because our main characters experience extreme racism, gaslighting, threats, and even manipulation. This being promoted as Get Out meets Gossip Girl is such an accurate description of this book. Yeah, it's just so good. Pick this up if you haven't yet, or if this isn't in your TBR yet, what are you doing? Go to Goodreads now, add Ace of Spades by Farida Abikeyemide, and we're done here. If that's the only takeaway you're gonna get from my video, then I'd be happy to die right now. Okay, next book is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I give this thriller book 3 stars. I loved the author's other book, which is Lock Every Door. So I loved Lock Every Door. I think it's one of my favorite thrillers of all time, but I was just a bit disappointed. First, I buddy read this with Bea of Confessions of a Pinay Bookaholic. Make sure to follow her blog and her Twitter account below. This was one of my most anticipated thriller releases of the year, and I was a bit disappointed. I may have been wrong to expect or to put it on the same level as Lock Every Door, which is one of my favorite thrillers of all time. It had such a promising plot, although it's been done before, but sadly it didn't go the route that I was expecting. Although sometimes with thrillers it be like that sometimes, you know, like you're expecting something but it goes the other way around. I guess I was just imagining the plot to focus on the main character trying to survive the car ride with a stranger, but I think I was just imagining it to be within the car ride until the end, like, because reading the synopsis, that's how I imagined it. I guess that's a me problem already, not the author. I think I found more things that bothered me about this book than finding good things about it. I feel like a lot of the important things in the plot weren't shelled out as much as the other unnecessary plot. So I don't hate this book, I just don't love it and would not recommend it to other people. Next book I read is another anticipated thriller release of the year, which is That Weekend by Kara Thomas. Another thriller book that kind of disappointed me. I gave this book 3.5 stars. This is one of those books again that had such a promising start, but it got muddled when the plot twists got revealed, and the reasons behind the whys are logical and could be possible, but it just didn't do it for me. Ironically, I liked the second POV more than the first POV, which is sort of like the main character, even though the second half of the book went downhill for me, but I still liked the second POV more. The people that I wanted and wished to be accountable weren't punished in the end, and that really fucked me up. I didn't get the payoff that I wanted or I thought that it would lead to, but yeah, I guess again that's a me problem and not the author. Next book I read is This Cruel Design by Emily Savada. It's the sequel to This Mortal Coil, which is a thriller slash sci-fi book about a pandemic plaguing the population. So briefly, this is about people turning into like zombie-like creatures, eating each other and shit. See, this is where the problem is. I think it's such a forgettable sequel to such an amazing start of the series. I really like This Mortal Coil. I think it's fucking amazing, but I was just mostly bored with the sequel. It's very meh for me. I wasn't invested in anything that was happening, so I'm not sure. I think I'm still gonna pick up the last book of the series, maybe when I have nothing else to read. Next book I read is another buddy read, and it's with Gritty from Armed with a Book. I think this is our first time buddy reading a book, even though we've known each other for years in the blogosphere. 6 Weeks to Live is another thriller book. I've only heard of this because of Gritty. She proposed to me reading this with her because we were finding a thriller book to read together. So it's about a character who only has literally 6 weeks to live because she has cancer, I think. I'm only assuming it's cancer, but it's a deadly disease. My thoughts about the book. It was an okay thriller book. Like, there's nothing mind-blowing, nothing extravagant, nothing really surprising. The plot twists were delivered slowly and very subtly. Like, it's not being handed to you on a platter. It's more of like you're just gonna slowly realize it. I think the characterization and the conversations and the conversation surrounding one of the main characters' mental illness wasn't divulged effectively or in a more lengthy manner that will make the readers understand better the reasons why she did what she did. When the reveals were thrown at me at the latter half of the book, I can't help comparing it to Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn because of the similarity in terms of the plot twist. And isn't that specific plot twist? I'm saying something about the specific plot twist. And I'm not gonna say what the plot twist is, but if you've read Sharp Objects, you may be able to guess what I'm talking about. It involves child abuse, cheating, murder, death of a loved one, so please be aware of the content warnings first before diving into this book. Pretty has a blog post about our conversation, about our thoughts about the book, so feel free to check that out below as well and support Pretty by following her blog. The last book I read for the month of July is such a great ending to my month. It's Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe, and it's the second book from the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. Amazing book, amazing book. I gave this book 5 stars. It's it's so good. It's just so good. Please, I feel like I just want to scream about this book series. It's just so good. I freaking love this book. I think I may love this even more than the first volume, and that's saying a lot because I really loved the first book. There's fantastic characterization and emotional and interconnected stories of love, longing, regret, forgiveness, and acceptance. I love that each character had their own reasons on why they want to go to the future or go back to the past. Each of them is a victim of circumstances and ill fate. I took my time reading each story, absorbing everything that's happening. It took a while for me to finish this book. It's just that type of book wherein you just want to sit with it, cuddle it, or like just really savor each word, each story. And if you haven't read this book or the prequel, please pick this up as of. It's so good. It's heart-wrenching. It just tugs on your heartstrings a lot. It would make you cry, it would make you smile, it would make you feel a lot of things. And if you want to feel something, anything, because we're still in the middle of a pandemic, you can pick this book up so you can just feel a tiny bit of something in your life. So yeah, that wraps up my July. I still managed to film 20 minutes worth of video of me just babbling, trying to English, trying to film. Lastly, I also won a giveaway from Ina, the mood reader, because of her mood reader bingo, so I would just like to give her a shout out. Please subscribe to her channel. She's an amazing human being. I look okay. I'm oily as fuck. My hair is a mess. I just want this year to end already. I don't know why I am what I am today and why I decided to film something when my brain is just mush and in the middle of a mental breakdown. But here we are. I've managed to get through today so far. So yeah, I'll see you on my next video. Probably it's gonna be my weekathon / August wrap up, whatever floats my fucking boat on that month, on that week, on that day. So I'll see you around, friends and strangers. Thank you for tuning in today. Make sure to like, subscribe to my channel. It gives me life. Till next time, friends and strangers. Bye bye. This is one of my most anticipated thriller releases. This is one of my most anticipated thriller releases. How do I speak? 6 weeks to leave. 6 weeks. I can't speak.